why we target friendships? Okay, why we want to learn, why we want to know about to make friends and maintain friendships. This is because research has been shown that having one or two friends can predict later adjustment in life. So it shows that children who have one or two friends having high self-esteem and are more independent at school. It also shows that if the child don't have one or two friends, they might also develop depression, anxiety, or having problems in school, and as well as life. Okay? So they might have a stressful life, impact on the stressful life events. So that's why we target friendships. If you think about like your past or current friends, the close, if you have a close friends, you share a lot of common interests with your friends, particularly in for example in family. If you're a student, you share a lot of things that what happened in a lecture. So common interest is very important, okay, in friendship. And you also talk and go out together, which this is called close friendship or reciprocal friendships, okay, relationship. So these are also the strongest predictors of consequences of peer rejection. So these are quite intense. If a person having frequent peer rejection, they might also develop mental health problems like depression or anxiety, juvenile delinquencies. We don't want this to happen in our children, substance abuse or suicidal ideations. And having ASD also is a risk factor for peer rejection. So these are the high risk factors. So the child might have less socially competent, fewer friendship, and also less peer support. The protective factor is that friendships are known to protect against victimization. So we can say that if you have one or two friends, for example, if you are eating alone at stairs compared to you are eating at the canteen with a group of friends, so which one do you think that is normally liked by a bully? So whether alone or in a group. So we can see that a bully like to or will focus on people who are eating alone at stairs compared to people who are eating in a group where you have someone to protect you. Okay, so in echo to that, all those social difficulties in ASD, they need social skills training to improve in their social skills. So there's a lot of social skills training outside. But social skills training outside normally doesn't have evidence-based curriculum. Okay? So evidence-based here means two things. The first one is the content of the curriculum is based on the literature, on what works. Okay, and then the second one is that the intervention has been investigated and shows that the intervention is effective. Okay, these two things, which is the content and also the intervention itself. Content is scientifically proven, and the other one is the intervention itself has been investigated by a lot of researchers, and it's proven effective. Okay, so it's evidence-based. Normally, if we see in Malaysia, particularly we use ABC, ABA, behavior consequences, okay, something. So ABA kind of intervention has been used a lot in Malaysia. So another things in social skills training outside compared to peers, I'm comparing it with peers. because later I will explain to you the positive side of doing peers or peers program in children with ASD. So often, most social skills training outside often fail to tailor teaching methods to cognitive styles. So children with ASD are lacking in social cognition. So we need to tailor based on the age of the teens, age of the children, and also the cognitive part of the child. For example, looking into the perspective taking questions. So that is kind of method that peers use. And also, most social skills training does not teach ecologically valid. What is ecologically valid social skills? It means that the study, the content of the program or intervention or training is socially successful. What socially successful people do, where we break down into steps. Okay, so peers teach ecologically valid social skills. So we have, I give you an example. So teens who want to try to meet a new group of people. So normally we often advise the child to introduce yourself first. If the child wanna meet or wanna talk in a group of people, we ask them to introduce themselves first. But it's actually introducing yourself is actually it's actually a few more steps in front that you need to do. Okay, you don't ask the child to introduce themselves first because it's a bit awkward. So peers teach a more ecologically valid social skills, a more organic approach, we called it. So they start listening to what the other person talking first, and then try to slip in during a pause of conversation. So when you're talking, there might be a pause, like you senyap sekejap, for example. Okay, so that is the time for you to go in, to slip in during a pause in a conversation, to start talking about what they're talking, not outside the information or not outside the topic lah. Okay, and then you have to assess the group interest based on the non-verbal cues as well. So slip in and talk a little bit on the topic that they are talking, and then after that assess the non-verbal social cues, and then baru start to introduce yourself. So peers teach the step-by-step, and we breaking down to step-by-step social skills on a certain topic. Okay. Some social skills training does not include homework, but peers include homework assignments. After sessions, we give the child to bring back or to do the assignment outside the clinic setting, because peers teach in a group setting, normally in a clinic setting. So outside the clinic setting, we don't know whether the child do it or not. So we give them homework assignment. And also skills that are not generalized to other setting. A few of my slides I also will bring to you the maintaining of the whether the skills can be generalized to other setting or not, and also whether the skills that learn in peers has been maintained after a few years. Okay, and in peers also we include parent and teacher, as well as the we also look into the treatment over time, okay, the gains over time after a few years of learning peers, whether it's whether the social skills in children maintain or decrease. Okay.